Hello, everybody. This is Alex, better known here on YouTube as PostMesmeric. It has been quite a while since I last updated or at least uploaded a video to this channel, and I think that everybody is overdue for some sort of update, some sort of just briefing on what exactly is going on, what exactly to expect in the future, a timeline, anything of the sort. YouTube really isn't very update friendly. Like, I need to post a video instead of just a community post, because community posts really aren't they don't give you a lot of bandwidth to just kind of give an update. It doesn't really go to people's feeds the same way. So I think that a video in this circumstance anyway is a better way to keep everybody informed on what's going on. So, first question is probably, where's the video? You kind of mentioned something about it a month or so ago, and what exactly is going on with the production, whether it's that video, whether it's another video. So, the big video is not really ready yet. There's still a little bit of tinkering that I need to do. There's going to be still some footage review, some evaluation of the script. So that one is going to take a little bit longer. I'm also getting some help from some additional sources to sort of guide me in the right direction on approaching some of the things in that video, because they are a little outside my personal wheelhouse, and I kind of want to get some extra feedback on that. So that's what's going on with that video. It's coming. The script is actually pretty close to being done. It's really just the final review of the content. Sorry if there's a lot of stutters and ums going on in this one, but this is very unscripted. I don't have any sort of like full transcript dialogue in front of me. This is very off the cuff. So that video, I'm pretty proud. Well, maybe not proud, but I think that it's getting to where it needs to be. And it's a video I've been working on for a long time. And if you've kept up with me on the Patreon, there's a good chance that you can guess what exactly it's about. In the meantime, while I'm working on that video, I actually have been working on another video, and its script is almost done. Footage still needs a little bit of additional capturing. So it's going to take a little bit longer to get that ready to go. I don't really want to stamp a date on it, but I do want to tell you that it's very close to being finalized, the script. And once the footage is all captured and I have everything I need, it's going right into VO recording and post-production. It's going to take some time, but this next video is very, 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 very important to me. It's also something I've kind of alluded to on the Patreon, but I kind of took it in a direction that is a little different from what I've been going for as far as like the general retrospectives and stuff like that. So it's going to take a little bit longer, but it's very, very close. I don't expect it to have a huge number of delays moving forward. So all in all, this little sort of recapturing, this sort of touch base, is just to tell you that I am not dead. The channel is still a focus. Sort of the falling through of the Donkey Kong month video and my decision to sunset that tradition really did set me back a lot. As for that video, it might come out down the line. It might be something worth pursuing, but right now it's just, as I was writing that script, it just wasn't coming together. I didn't feel it was up to the standard and the caliber of what I had released as far as Donkey Kong stuff in the past, and that was just very, very demoralizing to me. And if I can't provide the highest standard that I am capable of on that, I don't see the same fulfillment from that. So kind of sunsetting Donkey Kong month was kind of an eye-opener of what exactly is what I want to do as far as video stuff goes. Now, as far as videos that are kind of in the brainstorming phase, there are a couple there are at least 2 games that I know are going to be coming out, one sooner than the other, supposedly, but still something that I kind of really want to tackle in one way or another. There's the, I don't want to say what they are, but I'm going to show them on screen anyway. It's because I think that communication is something that I've kind of dropped the ball on recently, whether it's just because the community posts really aren't doing what I want them to do. I want to make sure that these sorts of things get in, I'm informing you in the best way possible. And the community posts are something that I don't think YouTube does a really good job of putting at the forefront of everybody. They feel very buried, and even when I'm looking at community posts from other channels, it's hard to find them, and it's hard to really interact with them on a meaningful level. So I really, this is my kind of venting about why exactly I don't like the community post system. Now, one other thing that I do think is definitely been crossing my mind is the Patreon. I have mixed feelings on it because right now it's usually it's just a tip jar. And before I kind of move further, I want everyone to know that I am very, very grateful for everyone who put their money forward and supports me on Patreon. It has its level of maintenance, but I know that it's something that many people have decided to just be thoughtful, giving, supportive, and that means the world to me. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I am not someone who is even close to that, especially right now with limited output and stuff like that. But that says a lot anyway, that being able to, just anybody who's supporting on the Patreon is acting like a real hero toward my channel, and that means a lot. But I'm wondering if there's a better way to kind of implement some sort of support system that's a little more, I want the Patreon to grow, but I'm not going to, be super demanding or be like, it's like, well, if you support the Patreon, then things will get better. I've seen some really toxic opinions on how crowdfunding is affecting video quality. And it's like, guys, these are people who are doing this out of the goodness of their heart and just want to see you support them. It's not obligatory. It's not something that they need to do. So you really should respect the people who are paying it forward. But I've been trying to find other ways to maybe give this a stronger push. I've been saying over and over again that I want to update the Patreon, the rewards, maybe, give some early access to people who do that, kind of give it a real honest push. But that's hard to do. It's hard to really think about producing videos or any sort of art or content that way. So I've been kind of looking into YouTube memberships as an alternative to that. Just, I talked to some other YouTube channel owners, and they've kind of dabbled in that. There are quite a few that I've been, associating myself with, trying to talk to. I have a good support group set up for some people who have been very, very helpful over the years. In fact, some of them I've known for a very, very long time, of how to approach, crowdfunding like that. And YouTube memberships might be what I'm looking for. They might be a little bit more helpful, a little bit more, front and center to get people to, make them aware that this is something you can do. Not to say that you have to, but it's something that if you feel like it, go ahead and go for it. It's nice that way. And I think that, I'm not committing to anything, but if I do end up moving from Patreon to YouTube memberships, I will give everybody a significant amount of notice so that they can, either join, either transfer over, either, maybe YouTube memberships are not really their thing, so they don't really want to support that way. And that's okay. I'm fine either way. This is not something that I'm going to put a huge amount of investment in, because right now it's still a tip jar. But, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about ways to grow it. I'm thinking about ways to incentivize it a lot better. But that's going to take a lot of time and a lot of contemplation to really figure out. So, but that's something I did want to bring up and potentially get more people aware that crowdfunding is something that's nice. It's a way to help and support the people whose output you value a lot. So if that's something you're interested in, please keep an eye on the channel. I will make that decision with a lot of notice. And, I want to make everybody aware of that. So I guess wrapping up, just kind of giving you an idea that there will be, at the very least, 2 major videos coming down the pipeline. There will be more. Sorry, that was me cracking my knuckles. I do want to make more. There are some other games besides the 2 that I kind of put on screen that I would like to cover in some respect. But it is hard. It is hard to make content or videos or art or whatever when you feel like everything has been said before. That's one reason why I've kind of focused on a lot of personal video projects instead of just, making the driest, most, very, very design focused content. Maybe driest isn't really the word. It's not the most pathos driven sort of content or videos or art or whatever. I'm trying to avoid saying the word content because that's such a filthy, dirty word nowadays. Because it's like, you get rid of the word content. It's process. It's assembly line. Give me a break. I'm trying to break that habit. I just freaking lost my train of thought. It's hard to say something that you feel justifies its existence because YouTube's bigger than ever now. There's a lot of people who are making the same kinds of videos that I am. And their videos are so long, they're so in-depth, they try to cover everything, and it's like, what am I going to do? And like, I have gotten comments that say there's nothing new here. Why, like, some of them, more considerate than others. Sometimes you just get a thing is like, why are you even bothering with this? And that's tough. That's a tough feeling to overcome, feeling like what you're doing is just void. I remember there was a point where it's like when you're thinking of something to post on the internet and it doesn't really have any sort of purpose behind it, whether it's just something that, just kind of reiterates what a lot of people say or just doesn't get a lot of attention or whatever, it feels like you're just kind of cluttering up the internet with nothing, and that's a shit feeling. It's why I've been striving to kind of break out and talk about something that maybe doesn't get a ton of attention. It's difficult to do that, but that's where I find the fulfillment. Because if I'm just saying something that everyone has said hundreds, even thousands of times before, where's the value in that? It's why I wanted to focus on things that mean a lot to me, trying to find a personal angle, trying to find something that is sort of driven by my own narrative of self. That's kind of like what the first time in Dark Souls video was. And that's also a format that I do want to explore more. In fact, I am exploring it more on a long in the works project that I'm hoping to try and get out sometime this year. I'm not entirely sure. It's very involved. But that sort of angle gets people talking. Because everyone wants to share about their first experience in Dark Souls or their first experience in whatever game, whatever movie, whatever album, whatever. Those first moments are very meaningful to a lot of people. So being able to start that conversation, kind of have everybody sharing their own personal experiences is the kind of, cultivation of community that I really think matters a lot in the grand scheme of things. So that's what I've been trying to do. I like retrospectives. I like talking about, this is well designed in my opinion because this is why. But I've always valued a lot of, very pathos driven writing, very prose style. Analysis is cool. And it's what I got my start on in this channel, really giving it what I wanted. But I think that there's a way to meld that into something far more agent, because you come to this channel for me. Well, I like to think that, but sometimes you just you come to this channel because you want to hear something cool about something that you like. Maybe you want to change your mind on something because you hear an interesting perspective on it. You never know. But that's not easy to do nowadays. There are thousands of channels on this platform that are doing the exact same thing I do. And it's hard to stand out. It's hard to feel like, everyone says that they do that 2 cakes meme, which they say like, one person says, I made this cake, but that person's cake is so much better. And then the second panel, it's like, oh, it's 2 cakes. But it's like, what if one of those cakes is just not even in their eyesight, in their line of sight? What if someone sees something that is a cake that has so many layers? Are they really going to have the appetite for another cake? Just think about that for a second. I value every single person who comes to my channel and watches and leaves a comment and shares it around to wherever they go. But YouTube is not the same as when I kind of broke into this analysis field almost 10 years ago. It's just not the same. And kind of approaching it as the same is not, it's not sensible. And I think that if we can all kind of admit that things are different, maybe there's a way that we can kind of come together as a community stronger and more supportive down the line. I kind of feel like I'm on my own at this point. There are other channels that have been extremely supportive and giving, and I value that so much. And I'm hoping that at some point I can be that bigger channel who's able to share a video of a smaller channel and hopefully give them the boost they need to kind of get where they need to be, where they want to be on YouTube. My dream is not to make this a full-time job. My dream is not to really have like huge panels at conventions about it. That's not really my dream. My dream for this is just to get to a point where I no longer feel like a small channel anymore. And not to say that I don't want to be a small channel. I want to feel like what I do ultimately makes a rippling effect for a lot of other people. I want to be the big channel that helps the small channel instead of the other way around, I guess. But the first thing that I need to do in order to get to where I need to be is to actually make some goddamn videos. So you're going to see videos very soon. The next project that is very, very close to being done is coming next. The big project that I alluded to in the last community post is probably going to be next. And there are plenty of games out there, a huge amount of them, that are coming down the pipeline. We got a big year for games. We got a console launch in the next, week or so. And I'm hoping that, we see a lot of really cool stuff and that I get to talk to so many of you about really cool stuff too. So I hope you have the appetite for another cake. I want to deliver the best damn cake that I can frickin' bake. So as far as, what you expect, more videos are on the way. They are there, I promise. You're also going to be able to hopefully get some update on crowdfunding support, whether it's Patreon, whether it's YouTube memberships, whether it's whatever. In the meantime, your patience has been just so valuable to me, and I can't thank you enough for everyone who's stuck around. It's been difficult kind of seeing the numbers slip, seeing just my outreach not get to where it used to be, but all the more reason to get on my feet and start running this thing. So thank you very much for listening. I hope to have more stuff to you in the very near future. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for touching base. I am on the socials, mostly on Blue Sky, but I will try and communicate better through YouTube as well, and crowdfunding as well. Thank you for listening. And I hope to have something really cool for you very soon. My name is Alex. I am PostMesmeric on the internet, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Thank you.